here at the South Wind Ranch venue, and I'm giving Mr. Ron a quote on lighting for the venue. So he wants to light up this side of the venue, and then the other side there that faces the road. We're not gonna touch the chapel for now. What we have in mind is a light here, up lighting. It'll be an in-ground light, sits flush. These are heavy traffic areas. It's a wedding venue, an event venue, so a lot of people moving through here. You can see the stone. We don't want to put any fixture that someone's gonna trip on there. We're gonna have a fixture up top, 1, 2, and then a third one point. So the 1 and 2 pointing towards the top there, and then the third one is going to point at this centerpiece here, which is the fireplace, this beautiful big fireplace. I think at night, just having it illuminated is going to give it an awesome effect. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. So one light here, illuminating the side of the fireplace. Another light here and another light on that corner, illuminating the top part of the venue. And then one more on this corner here, also a flush one, in-ground flush, pointing up, lighting up this side, this corner. All right, so if you can see, the road is back there. So we want to light up this face and this side, so these two sides. So here on this side, what we have is one here, and then they're gonna point down, lighting up this middle part here, and then right above that, 2 pointing up, which will illuminate that big face there. Let's see, we're going to hook up our transformer on this receptacle out here, and then make all the runs to here. Actually, we'll probably go this way and up and through the gutter there. We'll figure it out. We have some good progress this morning. So we ran our cables from that point behind the fireplace there and across the building. We put up one light fixture. We still have to put up another 8 more along the roof line here. But overall, some good progress this morning. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna go to lunch and dry off. It's just cold. It's 46 degrees and rainy. As you can see, we started digging the trench. It goes back to the transformer over there in that corner. So we mounted the transformer, and actually we already took some wire up on this side of the building, and then those fixtures are actually on. A little hard to tell in the middle of the day, but they're up and functioning right now. And then these fixtures we've already mounted, but still have to wire them and clean up the wiring there. Gonna put the stuff in here, just tuck everything in so we can go, nothing gets wet while we go get some lunch. All right, we have lights. Let's go. Oh, the lights up top. These three are hot and working. I'm working on that last one there. It's gonna light up the fireplace. Meanwhile, Christian's digging a trench that goes around this garden, and then eventually it will go through the garden in 3 different areas to light up some different spots. That'll probably be a tomorrow job, as you know, it rained all day, so we had to work around. As you can tell, there's puddles everywhere, but wow, what a great sunset here with the lake or pond. I'm not sure what it's considered. But yeah, can't wait till this is nighttime and we can see what it looks like. Really excited to see it. Good stuff, bro. That's a heck of a trench. Got the trench going for the wiring. We placed some of the fixtures there just to see what they will look like. We're gonna have four fixtures, one at the very end where Christian's digging, the 2 right there in the middle, and then 1 here at this end. And a few more scattered throughout this garden.
Us.